Hi there, Robin here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Pyle's mixer, their PMX-462. This is a 3-channel mixer which allows you to have up to 3 microphones or line jacks, your choice, and also offers a USB audio interface. 2 channels in, 1 channel out, which is going to be great for doing any type of recordings. But the real pièce de la résistance for this one here is the subwoofer output. It's got a sub out with its own line level controls plus 2 main outs, all featured via XLR. The unit also has Bluetooth and a built-in MP3 player with the option to record. We're going to be covering all this, including the effects, in this video. So here we are. This is the PMX-462. A very unique mixer in the sense that it has a sub output on it. We've got our main outs plus a subwoofer. So if you own a subwoofer, this is definitely a video you're going to want to watch. We have 3 inputs. I can plug in a controller into 2 of them, plug a mic into the other one. I can use combination of thereabouts. Very easy to use, very straightforward, even has built-in phantom power on the top of the unit. It does run off a USB, but the important thing is on this particular model, they do include a USB power supply. The uniqueness about this machine is that it also can run from the top USB, not just the rear USB, for power. If I'm plugging it into my computer because I want to use the built-in audio interface, I can simply just plug into the top and plug it in the computer. It'll draw the power that it needs via the USB cable right in through this connection. So 2 great ways of doing it. Now, if you do want to run phantom power, or if you just want to run it all the time, I would recommend just plugging it in from the back. It does, like I said, include the power supply and the cable, making your life pretty simple on that part. For the other features on it, right down the middle, you've got the digital MP3 player plus Bluetooth. This is also where the audio interface interconnects to your computer. On top, we have 2 buttons. The top one, very important, is the power button. This is how we're going to be able to turn the unit on and off by simply pressing that button there. The next one basically allows us to go from an analog channel 3 connection, press that down. We're now using the built-in MP3 player or Bluetooth connection to it as well. Like I was saying earlier, it does have a record function. So if I did have a USB stick in here, I'd be able to put it into record mode. You will have to gain and adjust it because you don't get to hear the USB recording at the same time you're actually doing the audio work. So you're going to have to do a little bit of sampling on it, find the best place for you. It's probably going to be somewhere closer to -3 dB on the dynamic meter, but once you get the hang of it, it works out pretty well. Also located in this package area is these 2 buttons right here, which are the DSP selection modes. So it allows me to go through all 16. The effects are all listed on top, all 16 of them. They start off with features like Hall 1, Hall 2, Room 1, Room 2. Then they do combos like the reverb delay. Then they start transferring into just a millisecond delay function. So from everything from 125 milliseconds working their way all up till you get to the very end, which is 8,000 milliseconds. Quite impressive for a delay. And then on the very last one, you can go to 1,400 all the way at the very bottom. And then they start combining them with other functions. So you get 1,400 millisecond ping pong delay. You get a 1,000 millisecond ping pong delay. Then you get an 800 millisecond ping pong delay. So just delay on its own goes up to 1,400 milliseconds. So, I mean, it's quite a diverse selection of product. And then to add on top of that, they give you this knob right here, which is a parameters knob. Now, this allows you to increase or decrease the size of the effects. We'll give that a little try later on and show you how that is. The knob at the bottom, the other orange knob, is the level control of the actual effects in proportion to the main out. When we cover what's actually included for knobs for channel 1, 2, and 3, we're going to notice that we do have a gain control. We also have a high and low adjustment. Then we have effects. Then we have the level control for that line. That repeats itself 3 times over. Again, they're not trying to get too complicated because this is very important, because for the price, they offer you a ton of usability, especially when you're looking to run a subwoofer. If you've got 2 main speakers and you have a subwoofer, you have the ability to control that. So sometimes you just want to play the music lower, you can increase or decrease how much sub you're going to have. So this way, if you do want more punch to it, you can give that a little bit more throttle right here. I like that a lot. Every time we do demonstrations here, we demonstrate the speakers and then we demonstrate subwoofers. So a mixer that actually has that built in as a combination feature dedicated on its own slider is a real nice thing to have. Right up here is where you're going to have your headphone. It's a 3.5 and a headphone volume knob are located right next to it. So again, straightforward, easy access, use it as you may. Nice part is it is controlled separately from the overall system. Outside of that, let's actually take a listen to some of the effects and see what it sounds like using this as the actual audio interface, and we'll record a little bit of audio with it. All right, so we have plugged everything in. We are now recording directly off the audio interface through channel 1. I do have the phantom power on. We have a condenser microphone, and this particular one is from Pyle. It's the PMX-462 So if you're looking for a very nice different type of condenser microphone, maybe something for an instrument like a guitar, or just as I'm doing right now for talk, you would probably be very interested in having a look-see at that one. For the settings on the mixer itself, I don't need any gain at all. On the computer, I have turned the mic setting all the way down because I just need to have the level at about 40% with this microphone. The bass and treble are set to unity. So yes, I could increase the highs on it just by simply turning this knob here and doing the same by turning it down. I can also increase the bass by bringing this up, and it's plus minus 15 dB on the adjustments. The effects right now are set to 50%, but we currently have none of the effects turned on through the main level out. My level output, as I mentioned earlier, is only set at 40%. So if I wanted the effects, all I need to do at this point is turn up this knob here. And to determine which effects we're using, we use the select DSP option right here. So I'm at 8 right now. I do have the parameters set down to the bottom and the main output set at 50%. If I increase the parameters, you'll notice that the actual effect itself is drawn out and extremely repeated in this sense. We can adjust that up and down simply by turning this knob. So if we went down and we tried something smaller, we can go down to just number 2, which is set now to Hall 2. And again, our parameters are set at 0. Our main line for this mic is set at 50, and our mix with the main output is set at 50%. We'll increase the parameters up to 50%, making a much bigger haul out of the whole system. And if we go to the extreme, we're at maximum level here. So now it's like I'm in a very big, giant auditorium, nobody there, somebody just cleaned the floors. It is completely empty of everything. There's not even banners hanging from the ceiling. And there we go. You can adjust that any which way you want. So again, we kept it really tight there. I only have that at about 25%. If we want to try, let's say, the ping pong feature, we can dial that all the way up to number, let's go crazy. Let's go all the way up to 16 and see what we get with 1400 millisecond delay. So that's 16. Now, ping pong is better heard live than on a single channel output. If you are listening to it through the headphones like I am now directly off the unit, live, you would hear that it ping pongs between the left and right headphones. That's really what ping pong is all about. And the more I increase it, the longer the delay and the ping pong effect takes place. Bring that ping pong feature all the way down to minimum on the parameters, and it's much tighter now. We'll just bring it up again to 25%. That's what the effects can do for you. I mean, it's really up to you. It's like cream and sugar in your coffee. You choose and pick what you'd like to have. You adjust it to the levels you'd like to have. That's pretty much everything we can talk about on the effects. I mean, of course, it's like I said, it's up to you. You play around with that as much as you want. You don't have to have it on at all. So if you're doing a podcast or anything where you're just addressing a large group, for sure, just keep it turned off. No worries there. The big feature here, though, just like I said earlier, is this subwoofer output. This is a little new when it comes to how the layout is on the actual mixer. So if you've used other Pyle mixers, you'll notice that now they've got buttons instead of a third knob on top. That's about it when it comes to that. Again, the headphone adjustment allows me to change the level that I'm listening to it right now. I'm wearing a pair of Shure headphones, and it makes it a lot easier for me to do the recording because now I can hear exactly what's going on. even when it gets confusing, especially when you're using a lot of effects like ping pong, you've got the gain levels up really high. It just, hearing your voice repeated that many times can, be a little disturbing. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. That covers everything. Remember, Pyle does have a North American warranty, depends on where you buy it, so it's very reliable in that sense. I'm not too concerned about, this long term. These things tend to be pretty good. Again, we don't have a power amp in this, so it's preamp out only, so you're going to want to run this to an amplifier or to powered speakers, that sort of thing. You can certainly run it into any type of processors that you have externally, or run it into a larger system just because you want to have more controls. You can also plug a large system into it. Again, as long as it's all preamped, that's where we're working here. All preamp levels, then we come out of here and go to something that's amplified. If you're going to use it just for podcasting purposes, it certainly does the job. It gets you started. For the price, it is absolutely amazing. It records at CD quality, and it lays down 2 tracks at the same time when we use it on Audacity. So again, makes it convenient. I don't have to double down and do a whole bunch of editing afterwards. Just fix it up the way I want for broadcasting, and then I'm all set. Outside of that, not much more to say about it. I do like the way the knobs move. Everything is very smooth. They stay where they're supposed to stay. They don't make any noise. There's no scratchy sound off of it. Those are all good things. If you take care of it, you'll be fine. So remember, the USB port on the back is just a power option. The USB on top is going to be for our PC connection, which will also feed power to this unit here. So if I even pull this out of the back, it doesn't actually change anything. Yes, I was running it on USB on the back, but look at that. I can leave that cable off to the side because it's pulling it straight from the laptop. And there you go. That's pretty much everything for today. I'd like to say thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.